The Marshal Papworth Committee was set up in 2001 with the funds following a legacy gift from Marshal Papworth. He was a farmer in Cambridgeshire, had a thirst for life and adventure, and had travelled quite extensively. And on his travels he'd seen that in developing countries agriculture is still really at the backbone of the economies, and with the increase in climate change and the frequency of sort of more sort of extreme weather events, it has a real impact on smallholder communities. So if we can help in some way to provide an education that the students can take back to improve resilience and improve the sort of sustainability of agriculture.
We work with a lot of community-based organisations and local government, and it's a real opportunity for the staff of those organisations that we work with to have some training outside of their country and an opportunity to see some different aspects and styles and ways of working, and a holistic approach to agriculture and natural resource management, which gives them new ideas, creativity, and thinking about different ways of working.
I think it's very important to show our visitors, our students, the rich diversity we have in UK agriculture.
It's the enthusiasm and passion, as well as the knowledge and new techniques that they can bring back to work with communities at grassroots level.
We cannot forget what we learned in Marshal Papworth. It is increasing our network and even building our confidence.
This is really promoted just not what we have learnt here, but it has built on other concepts that we were able to do in Africa, and also adding to what we have been able to introduce here.
I think they would take away the balance commercial work that we do here, as well as the environmental work, and how we look after our soils, how we look after our environment and try and farm sustainably.
Especially in terms of sustainability, we believe UK is far much ahead, and this has been integrated so well through experiments, through research work, and through sharing of these concepts practically in the farms in the UK.
I hope we demonstrate that actually agriculture isn't too different in a lot of countries, and yes, they have some much more challenging environments than us, but there are shared experiences that we all have.
The approach of the course gives the students the basics. They get approaches, they get methodologies they can apply to the work they do. So if farmers, they're advising and facing problems, they've almost got a toolkit they can fall back on and pull out the right bits they need. Yes, sure, what they see in the UK is not the same as what they might see on their farm in Kenya or Uganda, but the principles, the underlying principles about what makes good soils, how you improve your soils, what makes a good crop, how you decide on which equipment to invest in, those principles which they learn on the course are very applicable to wherever they live.
My best lesson was communication skills. I learned how to organize myself, making a session plan. This is a very nice program. The hands-on skills there are very good. Easy to master, easy to use in the field, and yet very, very elaborative.
On the cover crops, we learned that soil texture is being built, and because of the rotation and the cover that are being brought back to the soil makes the soil healthy. And when rotated with other crops, then a lot actually is gotten from the farm.
Sometimes it's difficult to link between theory and practical.
Because if you're talking in theory, sometimes it's really difficult to visualize abstract things.
And the way we have been brought up in the past, sometimes in Africa, we lack the opportunity to see practically some of the concept of sustainability that we do in class, and be able to also see it or do it practically in the farms.
But when you come up against the reality, then you're able to focus and you're able to understand exactly how things work. So I think it's invaluable.
You've only got to look at our previous students, and they all go back and they want to start demonstration farming or small plot farming to show how they can teach other people.
What we expect of the students when they go back is that they really provide a high quality service to their neighbours. So that means when they're working with their farmer groups, they will be working with more farmer groups, they'll be providing better quality advice to those neighbouring farmers, and ultimately that's going to translate into increased production. And because during the course there's a strong emphasis on businesses running your own business, there's going to be a much stronger commercial orientation to some of the agriculture activities they're going to be undertaking. So making different choices about the crops they grow, so growing both crops for their own consumption at home, but also thinking about how they can make money.
In terms of other methods, we would also hope that from the business side of what we're teaching them, that we can help them take agriculture from just being a subsistence level household activity to actually providing some small-scale sustainable businesses for their communities to start to make money from farming, keep some of the youth of their communities engaged in agriculture.
We should try and nurture the youths so that they get interested and also enjoy agricultural work. But I'd like to see a time when they are self-reliant, just relying fully on agriculture. That is when I'll say that we have moved a step further.
I think that the people that we send on these courses are handpicked because they have got lots and lots of potential. People create change, and the people that we send on this course are real change makers. They go back into the communities that they work with, greater motivation, greater enthusiasm, and they really are agents of change. We've seen it on the ground time and time again.
Back at home, everybody is a farmer. So it is the backbone of the economy. One of my main responsibilities is to put them into groups so everybody gets the information.
So I'll want to pass some of the skills to the women I'm working with and also help them improve through the learning that I've gone through.
The aspirations for the Marshal Papworth Fund for the future are we want to try and reach as many people in as many communities as we possibly can, and whilst we will always have a focus on finding the change makers in communities, bringing them over to the UK to learn about sustainable agriculture and giving them that confidence then to go back and impart their greater knowledge to their communities. But we'd also perhaps in the future look to how we can provide some training in country as well with additional support. We always say we want to try and train the next Minister of Agriculture, and that should always be our aspiration, with certainly with the Masters course, to do that.